Yeah, I mean, coming to LSU was really kind of a no-brainer for me. I wanted to try to get to the highest level of college football, and that's really what it is here. Uh, so far it's been great. The guys, both like my teammates and the coaching staff, have really done a great job. Uh, not only making me feel welcome here in the team, but like catching me up to speed so that I'm ready to go and ready to compete right away. So.
Hey, Liam Shanahan from WAFB here in Baton Rouge. Good to be talking with you. Just what are your impressions so far of going up against SEC defensive linemen? Is it a big jump? Did it take a little while to get adjusted to, or do you feel like you're going to fit right in?
Obviously it's a change from the Ivy League. Like guys across the board are, bigger, stronger, faster for the most part. But I'm really just trying to take it one day at a time. Attack every day in practice out here on the field. I think I've been getting better, every day, and that's really what I'm just trying to focus on. Everyday improvement. So ultimately we'll be ready to go September 26th. So.
Hey Liam, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. Coach O says you've been out there great, making all the calls. Is there anything that you have learned from your teammates, and is there anything that you maybe brought to the table that they haven't seen as well?
I've learned a ton since I came down here, especially from like Coach Craig. I've spent a lot of time meeting with him, just really getting caught up to speed on the offense, and even continuing to do so now. I'm still trying to meet with him as much as possible, and get caught up to speed so that we'll be ready to go and hit the ground running. So.
Hey, Liam, this is Glenn West with LSU Sports Illustrated. I was just curious, since you've gotten on campus and practice and everything, I mean, just what has been, I guess, the biggest adjustment for you, obviously coming from Harvard and now playing some big-time SEC football?
Yeah, just like you said, coming into the SEC is an adjustment from the Ivy League. So just across the board, really everything there. I'm just trying to do everything I can to be as best prepared day in, day out. To where I'm doing the best that I can to improve, not only myself but us as an offensive line and as an offense. So that's really what it is. So.
Hey Liam, Wilson Alexander from the Advocate. Hope you're doing well. If I'm not mistaken, you had to quarantine along with a lot of the rest of the offensive linemen a few weeks ago. If that's true, just what was it like going through that experience, not being able to practice for a while, and kind of what was the conditions like of quarantine?
Yeah, so that was tough. Obviously that's who knows what's going to happen. That's just what it's like this year. Unprecedented challenges, and obviously it's unfortunate. We don't want to miss a week. I especially don't want to miss a week. I'm trying to, I'm new here. I'm really trying to get caught up, so I'll be ready to go for the year. But just being able to adapt and persevere through circumstances that. That you obviously aren't ideal, but luckily we came back since then, and we're back at it. So.
Hey, Liam, Brooks Kadena from the Advocate. Good to talk to you for the first time here. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, you're from Boston. I mean, I read through your bio that you were a groundskeeper at Fenway Park. What was kind of your life before you came down to Baton Rouge?
Yeah. I was really a Boston kid. From a little bit outside of Boston, Massachusetts, going to Harvard. So coming down here for the first time, it's really a bit of a culture shock for me. But at this point, I'm pretty well adjusted to it. I'm happy to be here. I'm very excited to get this season going with, so we can start playing on Saturdays. So.
Hey Liam, this is Garland Gillen at Fox State in New Orleans. Have you been primarily working with Miles Brennan at quarterback from the start? Have you been working with the first team since you got here? How fast did that come about that you were working with Miles?
Yeah, I've been working with Miles since basically the first day that we were in football school. once we were able to get going as a team and get out on the field and get it going. So.
Hey, Liam, Brody Miller with The Athletic. I mean, obviously you're coming in and you're also coming in at center of all positions where you're making the calls, all these things. What's just it been like, Jeff's learning to get to know all these other offensive linemen and trying to take like a leadership role there?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great, honestly. I'm lucky enough that the guys that we have in the offensive line room, like they really did a good job of kind of accepting me and really making me feel like a part of the unit. I'm fortunate enough. I've been through a college football program at this point, so I have a pretty good understanding. I feel like of a lot of like the general concepts and whatnot that we kind of have in our offense here, which has made the transition a little easier. So.
Hey Liam, Jared Roser from TigerDetails.com. Good to chat with you again now that you're down here. I was wondering your impressions of some of the other guys in that offensive line group, particularly other new starters like Rosenthal. Chasen had some experience a couple years ago and played a lot last year, but just how they're coming along. And you mentioned you guys kind of meshing together as an overall unit.
Yeah, those two guys look great. I think Dare's really kind of a freak athletically. I'm really excited to see him playing on Saturdays. He's got a great work ethic too, and he's been impressive to watch so far. And same goes with Chasen. I think that we really have a lot of talent in the offensive line room, and kind of like you said, what we've been doing is just really trying to get in a rhythm and a groove together, being able to work in unison as a group of five, and we still got to attack every day. We got about a little more than 2 weeks before the first game, and we really got to take advantage of every day that we have until then to really get going together as a cohesive unit.
Hey Liam, this is Shay Dixon with 24/7 Sports. You've talked about making the transition and kind of been eager to prove yourself. I think that would be the case for a lot of the guys who are back on the team, with kind of a national storyline that LSU lost all these guys from the national championship team and there might be a fall off. Do you sense from your teammates in the locker room that guys are playing kind of with a chip on their shoulder or looking to something to prove?
Yeah, I would say yes to that. One thing that we've kind of been talking about is, last season obviously was a historic season, a great season. Like you said, there's a lot of new guys stepping up, and we're our own team now, so we really have to turn the chapter and start writing our own story now, which is really why it's so important that we go out every day and don't waste any time. Take advantage of every single time that we're on the field, because there's new guys that are stepping up, and we have the guys that are capable of doing so, which is why we really just have to take advantage of all the time that we have. So.
Hey Liam, this is Michael Cobble from Channel 2 here in Baton Rouge. No pressure, but the last transfer that LSU got turned out pretty good. Just what are your thoughts on, again, kind of coming in and continuing that trend? And then from the outside looking in about this offense, I don't know how much college football you followed, but, it was a pretty big difference last season from what LSU has been. How excited are you to be a part of, this offense and carrying that momentum forward?
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. I can't stress it enough. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to kind of come down here and improve myself in the SEC and playing for a program like LSU with so much kind of tradition and even offensive line tradition. Where I'm just really trying to do everything I can every day to live up to the standard that's set. This offense this year, we obviously have a lot of doubters, but we got to take it one day at a time, like I've been saying, and really start making strides throughout practice so that we're ready when the time comes on September 26th. So.
If I can just get a follow-up. The offense itself, though, was that a selling point? Were you really excited about, and look at the transformation that this team has been able to accomplish?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I obviously watched everybody watched LSU last season. They were pretty much in every primetime game. So it's cool and exciting to get to be a part of this program. So.
Hey, Liam, Brooks again. Offensive line is one of those where groups there's just so much personality. Have any stories come up yet? Anytime they got a chance to show your personality, guys? Anybody stick out to you so far?
I don't know about any specific stories or whatnot, but luckily being able to be on campus throughout the summer and really kind of getting to spend time with a lot of the guys, it's been great. And I think that we honestly have a good unit in the sense of we get along well. We're good friends and whatnot. So we really got to take that step on the field now to play together as a one unit strong. So.
Hey Liam, Paul Boron from Cox Sports Television. I wanted to ask you, kind of piggybacking on Michael's question about the offense. How does this offense fit what you do? Maybe what was the biggest adjustment for you coming from the Harvard offense to this offense as far as blocking or whatever that's different for you?
So the biggest change for me has definitely just been going to center because I never played center at Harvard, but when I signed here, I knew that was a possibility, and I was excited at the potential for that to happen. So for me, really transitioning to center is, I'm the one responsible for making the offensive line calls and whatnot, and working with Miles with protection checks and whatnot. So that's really kind of been the biggest adjustment for me in terms of on the field coming down here. So yeah. But.
And then we got two more questions. We'll go Wilson and then Jarrett.
You said how you're a Boston kid, and obviously Boston is much different from Louisiana in a lot of ways. You weren't really highly recruited out of high school. When you were, sort of at any point early in your college career, late in your high school career, did you envision yourself ending up at a place like LSU?
I don't know if I ever envisioned after I first went to Harvard. I didn't know if there would even be the possibility as for a transfer year. I always, even going to Harvard though, I had big goals for myself. I wanted to really maximize my potential on the football field, which luckily enough for me, it's ended up here in Baton Rouge. So.
Kind of piggybacking on that a little bit, we talked a lot about the transition in terms of the football program, but it's a much different climate, culture, all of those things. What has it been like just to be in Baton Rouge? And obviously it's been a weird off season to arrive here, but what have been some kind of stories of you getting more of a sense of some of that outside of football stuff as well?
One thing to start, the weather was definitely an adjustment coming down here. Luckily at this point I'm pretty much used to it, but some of those practices at the beginning and that humidity was really a different animal for me to kind of take on. But I'm lucky enough I've been able to kind of explore Baton Rouge a little bit at this point. It's great. The food is awesome down here. That's one thing. Definitely a lot different than what we get up in Boston. But I'm looking forward to going through the season and really feeling what it's like to play for LSU and be a part of this program and in this place. So.